Okay, folks, we're going to do the last thing for notes today before we end the year. And this is something you've seen before in different courses, grade 8, maybe grade 9. Earth's biomes, these are the large terrestrial ecosystems on the world. And they're open systems. An open system means that things can move in and out of it. It's not like an aquarium with a lid on it, for example. We can have immigration, emigration. Um, Sunlight comes in, wastes can be removed, things like that. So they function as interconnected parts with surroundings. They exchange matter and energy with their surroundings. And Earth's hydrosphere is a closed system. And the reason why the Earth's hydrosphere um, would be a closed system is because it's not exchanging matter and energy with its surroundings. When you think of water, okay, it is it's moving between atmosphere and the earth, but it's not being driven by sunlight, okay, which is coming outside of the system. So when we get, say, an energy coming outside of the system, like sunlight, we would call that an open system. Okay, 6 different biomes that we're going to look at today. And biomes, they define the biotic community. They're characterized principally by the plant life. And they are different primarily because of precipitation temperature, but also because of soil types, the salinity of the water, things like that, and also the topography, which means are there mountains present, for example, or large bodies of water, or things like that. Okay, dividing Earth into biomes helps scientists study and understand interactions between living and non-living. And the ones that we're going to look at here, we're going to look at the tundra, taiga, chaparral, temperate, tropical, and grasslands. There's just another view of them. And if we take a quick look at that, what would be the largest one? The boreal forest would be the largest biome um, in the northern hemisphere. We have it all throughout Canada in the north. And above that is your tundra. Looking at the Amazon rainforest, the Amazon rainforest was a country, it'd be about the third largest country in the world. So rainforests take up a significant chunk as well. Okay. And then we can see some grasslands here, the prairies, broadleaf woodland forests right here. Okay, this would all be uh, rainforest, and we also have some grasslands here as well. Okay, so the two main factors is temperature and precipitation. As things get warmer with more precipitation, we are going to get tropical rainforests, and temperatures go from -10 to +30, and lots of rainforests. What happens if we don't have much rainfall? Um, we are going to get deserts. But if we have a very little temperature, we get a cold desert called the tundra. So tundra, Arctic regions, uh, it, huge variation in sunlight. And it's primarily characterized by permafrost, which is this active or this permanently frozen ground about a meter beneath the soil. And so because of that, you can't get plants anchoring in there like trees, so you just have low-lying plants, and that's going to determine the animal life, like caribou, which are a type of deer that eat the mosses and lichens. And there's a caribou right there. Okay, very a lot of water on the surface of tundra because it's poorly drained. Remember, it can't seep into the soil easily. And this is the type of lichen that caribou would make their diet on. Very little life in the Arctic because it's so far north. So less plant matter, less animal life. Taiga South of tundra, more sunlight. The soil is slightly acidic because of the conifer needles. The evergreen needles fall and they make the soil acidic, but you're going to get more plant life there because it doesn't have that permafrost layer. So you're going to get the shrubs, and evergreens are conifer trees. They're cone producing plants. So you get all kinds of things. There's a picture of a wolverine, for example. There's a conifer. Now, the Russian name for boreal forest is taiga. And then we get deciduous mixed woodland. Okay, this would be quite characteristic, this part of Edmonton area, an aspen parkland, it's called. Soil is much more fertile because there's less coniferous trees and more precipitation. And there's our broadleaf plants. Grasslands, this is our prairies. In Africa, they're called savannas. The soil holds more moisture, tends to be very good quality soil, and the roots are very deep. You're going to get mostly grasses, but you're also going to get trees scattered around as well, especially in the savanna of Africa. So cheetahs, zebras in Africa. Um, in Alberta, you get things like bison and antelope instead. And traditionally wolves as well. So there's savannas, grasslands. Rainforest, huge amount of precipitation, lots of sunlight, but that only reaches the top canopy of the trees, and that's going to block out. It's actually very dim below, and almost all the productivity is up in the trees. Very little productivity, and the soil is not very fertile either, because it gets broken down and all the nutrients get drawn up into the trees very quickly. Lots of lizards. Yeah, and we've seen where those are. Deserts, less than 25 centimeters a year. That's the primary one. Soil is not very fertile. You're going to get cacti, of course, and lots of reptiles. Yeah, I'm going to take antelope was a mistake. That antelope shouldn't be on there. No. You'll get deer though. You'll get deer. Okay, and this fox here, this desert fox here, has got large ears, and those ears is an adaptation to get rid of a lot of heat, or it gets very hot during the day. And with specific heat capacity, because water has a high heat capacity and deserts have got no water, it tends to get very hot easily and very cold at night. Okay, so just a refresher, the main abiotic factors that determine the biotic are temperature and precipitation. And check page 400 in your text for this.